You know, I have to give this guy credit though. Like, he's trying real hard. Now, it might not be the most effective thing, but he's going for it. He's got tenacity. Oh. He's also got the position. Hello, hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello, YouTube? This is episode 2 of the road to 5100. Alright? So we're gonna get right into it. Queue for a ranked match. We are currently 4676. On my main, I'm 4800. This time I have played a total of 3 warm-up games, so we should be a little bit better off than last time, although I did lose the last of my 3 warm-ups to a Protoss. Surprising, exactly 0 human beings on planet Earth. Alright. Playing a 4281 Protoss. It's highly unfortunate that every game I've played, like so far, I think for the Road to 5100 thing, even though my MMR is like only about 100 off, I think we've only played people who are, you know, decently below where I usually sit in MMR. Obviously, TV, I haven't really changed anything. I've still just been, you know, studying more early game stuff, timing stuff. It's becoming easier for me to identify when what I'm being cheesed by in TVP. More so than, like, you know, trying to iron out any timings. Like, I have a build, but TVP is one of those matchups where it's probably, thinking about it, I think it's probably the most volatile matchup for Terrans in how the build actually gets changed, because in TVZ, you know, unless it's a roach all-in, which is, I guess, Rogue has kind of made that stuff popular. But it'll die down because it is actually terrible, and you know, if you're playing Banshee, it's relatively bad actually, and not just terrible. You know, in the series where Maru played against Rogue, Maru only built Banshees the game where Rogue didn't actually build any roaches, so highly unfortunate stuff there. So like, generally you're able to just follow through with your build order and get into a decent mid game in TVZ and TVT. TVT, because Defender's Advantage is very strong. So obviously I forgot to scout here, but we're gonna just scout with the 20 SCV. It's fine. I don't really mind. I'm not too affronted here. If I see a really fast Cybercore, then I'll just put down a bunker early. I was watching Hero Marine, and he was talking about how he prefers, if he sees a really fast Cybercore, if he has the time to actually put the CC on the high ground. Yeah, there it is. Shit. And that way, he can not spend the extra money on the bunker really fast. So this depot's obviously going to be late, which is really crappy. That's too early too. Rather cancel it and get my faster factory. You really want a faster factory here, because the unit that unironically defends most of this garbage is actually a Hellion, because Hellions are faster than Stalkers, and they're also faster than Adepts. So you can actually catch all those units when they're running around in your natural, outspeeding everything that you've got. We got a Stargate here. Okay, so when we play against Stargate, what we're always going to do is we're always going to build a Cyclone, because absolutely nobody likes to play against Oracle or Phoenix without a Cyclone. Cyclones are just very good, and we're gonna actually build 2 of them. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, so we found an opening here. And now we've got another gateway. It's kind of tough to say. Okay, so we got Phoenixes. So what do we want to do here when we push across the map is, if our opponent is trying to be a little bit greedy, we should be able to either cancel the 3rd or trade for the Phoenixes. And when a Protoss goes Phoenix, This is a nice catch, by the way. They're basically neglecting every other aspect of their tech tree to get phoenixes, which are very good at soaking damage from Vikings, and then they go Colossus, and then life gets kind of hard, right? But we're gonna, if we can actually decrease that phoenix count, especially with units that we don't particularly want, like why do you want Cyclones versus Colossus? You don't. And you don't really want the Marines either, because they're also bad against Colossus. So it's okay to trade for them, but you gotta make sure that you're actually doing that and you're not just losing units for no reason. Once again with the Pro, this Reaper has actually been a real, you know, monument to society here. So we're just gonna go third CC. Monument to society. I just say the weirdest shit when we're doing YouTube stuff, chat. Sorry, YouTube, you're not chat. I don't see anybody giving me a hard time for completely obvious things. So we're definitely not on Twitch at the moment. That's right. Now I just have to go into the YouTube comments where I find out that I'm extremely wrong later on instead of right away. We will get a Raven here. No third. I have no idea what's going on here. But I will say that I am absolutely down. This is pretty rough. Super batteries. Super battery is pretty decent at this video game, I won't lie to you. I can't get him out of range either, but now he's out of super battery. Yeah, I'm kind of realizing it's pretty bullshit that super battery doesn't deplete the regular battery as well. So now we've traded for the Phoenixes. I mean, this is, and look at this float. I mean, this is just a product of me recognizing that my opponent is dead somehow. And that just kind of blows for him. It's kind of shitty. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, he's dead because he's 4,200 or whatever. I think, because like you don't really know. I don't really know where he went wrong without having seen his base and stuff. He just didn't have enough units, and he doesn't even have a third. So like, I really have a hard time telling, like, explaining to myself here how my opponent ended up with so few units. Maybe a supply block. That's possible. But I don't really need to commit any further than this. Like, I can't kill him with the units that I have here. Unless he sacrifices them to me and my Viking of power here. The supply block. The classic NA, and look at me, and I didn't even come back from my reinforcements either. The only blessed thing about this series so far is my opponents have not been better than me yet. Oh man, just wait. It's gonna get good, YouTube. It's gonna get good. All my upgrades are coming up. So it's very possible he has like a hidden base. I mean, I don't know if that's where the probe was going, like, in the beginning. Oh, he's only got 3 stalkers. Like, again, so this Raven alone is pretty much the bane of this Protoss's existence right now. We can just relax. Just in case he... Jeez. Okay. I admit, I sweat a little bit. I sweat a little bit. That's true. That's true. Shit. Well. Oh. Yeah. I mean, this is the only reason that a person wouldn't leave, right? Like, something along these lines. Now, let's make sure he doesn't have ours, because that would be, like, the most meta shit. If he took ours and his own, and then this is kind of just like a distraction. How early on did he take this? I think he took it before. Yeah, and we saw this probe. Like, we caught him. So he's just being incredibly greedy. So I actually had the misread. Well, no, what I did was right. considering everything, but I didn't know why it was right, because I looked for the third, no third, I see he's not even here, so I'll pick up a few probes, and then he's actually taking a third, and that's why. So the correct thing to do here, by the way, is kill the battery. Like, we see that he has a couple phoenixes, a couple stalkers. Just kill the battery. Like, he can't stop me from killing the battery. I just walk in, kill the battery, we win. Because then all of his units just die. The macro here is truly unacceptable by me. Like, if this guy were better, he might actually have come out of it because my float was so insane. But, alas, we lucked out on the road to 5100. But will we luck out again? And by luck out, I mean avoid Protoss. Because I'm good with Terran and I'm good with Zerg, but Protoss is... It's a thing. It's a thing. And like, you just take that for example. That's not my build order. Like, my build order is to build 2 Widow Mines, 3 Barracks, a Raven, cross the map, and try and do damage at like 7 minutes, 11 seconds. I have the timing down. I know the build, okay? But guy builds target. Now we're on a whole new line of reasoning, and it's a completely different thing, and we're reacting and changing our build depending on what our opponent does. And we're completely off the beaten path, which is a very uncomfortable place, I think, for Terran mostly. I don't think you ever want to be off the beaten path as a Terran player. You always want to be on the straight and narrow, you know, getting your upgrades. Profit. All right. Playing a Zerg. This is good. This is fortuitous. It's fortuitous. Alright, let's see if this game is as fortuitous as I would like to imagine. So we're gonna go with the vertical expansion path on in this particular match. It is believed by some that on Lightshade the best way to expand is just straight down and put sensor tower here, and then you can literally see the entire map through all the centers, and you don't get these run-bys that happen an insane amount. Because this base is actually very misleading. Like, it is aggressively placed, but look at the arc you can get on this base here. It's huge. It's very difficult to set up fights on that base particularly. Oh, so this is proxy hatch or some garbage. Like, as soon as you see this drone, you immediately just check out. No good player drone scouts like this, and there's only like one reason why anyone would, and that's gonna be to build a hatchery in my natural or somewhere by my base. And if he's not, then it's bad. Then it's just really bad. Like, I don't really understand the reasoning here. But we are gonna scout with this SCV because when we get people who do something a little bit silly, a little bit nonsensical, you ask yourself the question, when was the pool built? And we're gonna find out. This looks actually decently on time, which makes it even worse. I'll just take the long route here so it can't catch me. Oh, he's getting close though. Oh! Hey. Okay, so you got me. I know that I said that, but I don't think drones move faster on creep, right? Because then they'd mine faster. So I'm actually stupid. Don't mind me. I think they move at exactly the same speed. I believe that they're unaffected. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna play safe this game. You know what? No need to be crazy town here. That's so greedy of me. Oh, there's the queen. Oh, I would really like that. I could have gotten it. I just didn't have the balls to do it. Harston would say it was a pretty low test of me to not go for that. I definitely could have. I think if I resumed from replay there's no way. Queen's in the air, I could have killed that and run. It's actually very unfortunate because that creep tumor is very important for developing creep spread. Okay, so we've learned to leave the first two Hellions at home. Always leave them at home until you have two more Hellions at least 3/4 of the way done to replace them. There are players on NA that will literally win the game if you cross the map. Tempo Jesus comes to mind here, actually, if you're an NA player. You know, in the 4900 era, you know, or area, you know who I'm talking about. He blind builds like 15 lings, runs them into your natural as soon as you leave. He sees you leaving with the Overlord. And we're dead because of roaches. Don't think I can get a bunker up in time. So I'm actually going to build a Viking here to kill this Overlord, so he can't cause me any more problems later on down the line. I really would like a third base, but I think we really have to focus on getting counter damage done here. He did enough damage that I'm actually worried that he's going to be in a better spot than I am. Oh, I did not make it in. Crap. And his speed with which he blocked that, suggests to me that I actually really needed to get that done. He was very on the ball there. Oh, we might be looking at our first loss. But we need to have some confidence. We need to have some confidence. The fundamentals of adding units to hotkeys that shouldn't be there. It's a fun time. It's my favorite. Look back at a hotkey and realize it's got 3 SCVs on it, so you're actually stopping them every time you go to build an SCV instead of building SCVs. It's truly a classic. Yeah, okay. So, my current mindset here is that we'll just use this Banshee to make sure that we aren't being attacked, and then I need to sack these Hellions for drones because they are actually less than useless. And that's hard to be in a TPZ. This actually looks like we're being cheesed again. This looks like we are going to be receiving the Gouda on top of the cheddar that we've already received. Just in case of Nidus. No drones, man. Yep. This is looking more and more and more like we're about to be cheesed once again. Maybe Nidus? Very possibly a Nidus worm. Because so far, yeah, we've been unable to detect any drones, and I don't see how he's gonna break me with this. It's a lot of roaches. It's a lot of roaches, so we're just gonna put this Viking here. See if he's gonna go roach. Scan real quick. We know he's not at the other one. Now we see some drones, but not that many drones. Almost like he moved them or something. So we're gonna change where we're going to put this base now because I think it's easier to defend roaches from this base. Even though I like the other base more, I'm a firm believer that the vert base is better. I think tanks fare better in these positions. Clear some creep. But I mean, this is actually completely useless too. Because he's got like 4 queens. Oh, that's pretty bad micro. Yeah, so we're really looking to go and get our hands on... I should really have another engineering bay. Just keep moving the CC. Yeah. I mean, the Banshee alone will make it so he can't actually do what he wants here.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Oh well. Big blunder on my behalf. Absolutely unnecessary for me to lose that. Completely unnecessary. I didn't have to lose that at all. So I had it on a move instead of just actually babysitting it. I want to be in range here. Just want to be annoying with these. Keep the roaches at home. This guy is just trying to be like Rogue, but he's not Rogue. And that's a good thing for us. A very good thing for us. If he were Rogue, I mean... If he were Rogue, this would be a much worse game for me. I'd be significantly more worried than I currently am. So now we're just trying to figure out where he's expanding, what his plan is. Oh, we got some queens. Ah, and we found the 4th. I mean, this is at this point now, things like getting supply blocked are the most damage that's gonna happen to us. Bad macro is gonna be the thing that really drags us down here. Our opponent's units are all terrible, and they get significantly more terrible that the game goes on because roaches are incredibly bad and do not scale well. He's got infestors now, but he's just, you know, it's like trying to add sugar to like a rock and trying to eat it. Like, it's still a rock. It still sucks to eat. It's not good. I don't suggest it. It's no spice you can put on just a pile of rocks to make it more appetizing. I mean, at this point, we're just waiting for a very high amount of supply, whereby we're just gonna cross the map and do an incalculable amount of damage, you know? I shouldn't say incalculable, it's calculable. Oh, nice. But only after the game's done, you know? Yeah, I honestly believe that we could kill him right now. What are our upgrades? Our upgrades are looking pretty decent. And how's he gonna move here? Okay, we see that he's staying still. So our next rally, like our next reinforcements, we're just gonna send them via medevac to the top. mean, static defense at this point is just... Oh, that was a really good blinding cloud. I gotta give it to this guy. Like, that blinding cloud saved his life, because those tanks were going to just annihilate his infestors. There was 0 chance of survival there. But that was well done. Very, very clutch. It did not matter at all, but that's still... I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Maybe I wouldn't be so impressed if I weren't winning in a very, very one-sided manner, but I am admittedly quite impressed with the reaction time there. Like, I gotta be honest. So now we need to get him out of position so we can deny the space. I'm gonna do the thing that makes the most sense to me in my head, because he has to respond to this. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And he will respond. Oh, he will not F2. I'm surprised. I figured this was a bad enough. Yeah, I think this is enough units to... This is enough units to almost win. But not quite. Okay, maybe he'll take this more seriously. He didn't take that seriously enough. Oh man, this is... So much about this game, though, that I really don't like. Like, my play just isn't as clean as I would like. You know, if Kalesy, legendary Twitch chatter, and StarCraft connoisseur, Big Gabe enthusiast were here, he would just be shitting on everything I've done for the last, like, 15 minutes. This game is 15 minutes and 30 seconds long. Yeah. Very, very good, though. Like... So we're gonna try and creep up here. And then get back at it. And this time we're gonna split up our tanks. This is so cute, it hurts. Oh, and he wastes, so he drops like 4 blinding clouds to try and deal with that. No, still hasn't pulled the units. Yeah. I mean, at some point, not pulling all your units to defend this stuff is gonna lose him the game. At least that's the idea, right? If the argument here is that Terran units are more efficient, then eventually... And now, we're gonna get some Liberators as well, because this is just... Gotta do something. Gotta do something! We'll use these units, you know, we'll repurpose them. You know, reduce, reuse, recycle, right? We're going to... These guys will no longer do what I wanted them to do originally, but now they have a new job. There's a joke in there about teaching them to learn to code, but that might be a bit too much, right? The humor isn't there. Or is it? I don't know. We'll decide. YouTube comments can let me know. Is it funny? Who knows? I don't know what funny is. I'm not a comedian. Oh, no! Okay. Once again? Okay, this time we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna kill the 2 Ravagers first. We got the layer. Building some Liberators. So close. Is he trying to... Is he stunting on me here? Oh my god. He's just gonna let me do it. Yeah. Well.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Whew. I should really get... I should get my upgrades for ghosts. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna send this here. Now we're gonna start building some ghosts. Get our saturation up now that we really actually do need. We really do need gas, because like we didn't need gas. What on earth? You know, chat. Sometimes you see things in life that you just don't believe. Slowlings, 18 minutes into a game, blocking my 5th base. Actually, I may never have seen that before. This might be a first. That might be a proper first. And Twitch chat isn't here to experience it. What a shame. You know, I have to give this guy credit though. Like, he's trying real hard. Now, it might not be the most effective thing, but he's going for it. He's got tenacity. Oh. He's also got the position. You know? He's also got the position. We'll just build a bunch of Marines here. You know, if I wasn't in such a grand old... Oh, let's get that. Okay, we're good now? Before he sends his corruptors here. Should we just go for that? YOLO it? Yeah, I mean... Yeah, he's got a couple of corruptors left. They could make my life a little bit difficult, right? GG. So the nice thing about this game is really that even though he went all in with roaches, I think he crossed the map, like, after we deflected the initial, like, attempt on the third, the couple attempts he went for. We deflected him so many times. It was insane. He basically never left his half of the map. That was a bile. I missed that before. Wow. Let's watch that again. People don't usually miss the biles. Oh my god, that's like 5. That's insane. Alright. 2 games for the YouTubes. I'm gonna go stream on Twitch right now. I've done my warm-up, I guess. And yeah. 4,600. We knocked him down 20 points. So we're actually like, we're not really smurfing here. Like, I'm only 90 MMR better than this on my main. Gotta say that again. Alright, before YouTube comes at me being a smurf. No, new account. Clearly you can see the differential in MMR. We're almost where we belong, 4,800. Things are going to get much rougher, I imagine. Just like they are on twitch.tv/UpATree, where you can find me the vast majority of the time. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 and now episode 2 of the road to 5,100. And I will see you guys next Monday. Yeah, next Monday. All right, good luck, everybody.